What are those little tips and tricks that will help in the fall homemaking? Sharing some fall-inspired cozy days at home. There is a lots of cooking and baking during the fall, and I like to prepare my pantry for that. Over the weekend, I cleaned it out, I checked the expiration dates, and I just took it into consideration what I have and what I actually have to buy. The last task with the pantry cleanup is to clean out this box, and I like to put together honey and peanut butter, and basically it's just a sandwich making set, and that way all the gooey and gunky and sticky stuff can be in this tray and it can catch all the mess, and whoever wants to eat the sandwich, it has an easier job too, because they just have to grab the tray and everything is ready. I have some overgrown herbs and I really love how they look. I think they are underrated. They look very beautiful. Every fall, I like to make some elderberry syrup, and I'm going to use the farmhouse teas kind because it's organic.
With you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing
Every fall, I like to focus on how to support our immune system, and this is gonna be another way. I am going to clean some ginger. Once they are sliced, I'm going to pour some raw honey over it. It is the best and recommended to consume in the morning, but not every single day, which is good. It works for me because sometimes I forget to take my supplements, but I find it better for my body if I take breaks from supplements. Using some organic calendula from farmhouse teas, and I'm going to pour some olive oil over it, and I'm just going to put it on the sunshine, shake it once in a while, and leave it there for 5 to 6 weeks, and it's gonna be an amazing addition to a homemade skincare. Cleaning the orange skin very well, then creating thin slices. Chopping and cooking the onion. straining the elderberries and just squeezing out all the good juice. And I'm going to add, I would say, about almost equal amount of honey as the elderberry juice I have. And I had all the leftover honey, so they were kind of, older ones and thicker. I added some cinnamon and clove and ginger essential oil, just 1 or 2 drops from each.
How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside?
I have a friend who I wanted to give some elderberry soup because she's going to have a surgery, and I had an idea to put them back into this cute bear-shaped container or bottle, but it's ended up very sticky as I tried to remove the sticker, so I just give up on that idea.
How come the trees get undressed when it's cold?
One of my favorite way to preserve something from my garden is to dehydrate them, and today I'm going to use all those goodies that I dehydrated to create a homemade organic gluten-free top ramen. Sometimes it's just only me who likes to eat soup, so I can just boil some water and pour this over when I want some soup in a few minutes.
Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far.
Since I was just playing around with this recipe, I wanna definitely taste it right away.
Yeah, it makes me wonder.
The chicken is tender and moist, and the orange flavor it's really infused in there, and I really love this with some rice. I think a broccoli would be a nice pairing with that. I'm continuing with putting together the soup mix. I'm adding some mushroom powder as well, and I have some herb infused salt, and I used rosemary for that. You can use regular salt, but I just wanted to add this extra infused aroma in there.
Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away, show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder.
I like to store things even in the refrigerator in jars. I think they are very versatile, and also I find the solution to close them with a vacuum seal with this handy tool. It was very inexpensive and I bought it off of Amazon, so I will leave the link down below in the description box if you're looking for the same. I'm going to dry the rest of the orange peels, and I have some sage that I want to dry because I'm going to use this to infuse it into a meat. I have this special pot where I can infuse herbs into whatever I'm cooking.
Memories all I got. I can never find what we felt and said. Red wine in your bed. On the naked floor. Behind that lush red streets. Hold me to your chest. There I like it best. In this catacomb, where it feels like home. You showed how you were mine. We laughed and took our time.
When I go to my garden, I always visit the studio. When I'm going to the studio, I always visit the garden. I really love this layout. It worked out so well. This summer, it was so much easier to process everything from my garden. It's close to the kitchen, and I'm packing some orders. Thank you so much for your order. I so appreciate that. Celery leaf harvest from my garden is cheering up my kitchen. This is gonna be the decoration until I get around to preserve them. And the elderberry syrup and the ginger honey will go into the refrigerator. I gave a shot to this foaming dish soap because it was really inexpensive. It was like $2.99 at grocery outlets. So I was like, yeah, let's try it. And it's a brand that makes all natural dish soaps, and I think it works really well. I mean, I don't see any huge difference between the regular soap and this one. Maybe the spray one spreads easier. A cozy and slow morning in this colder weather. Since I like to keep my pantry as simple as possible so my little brain can handle it and remember what I have in there, I have this waffle mix from Simple Meal, and it is gluten-free and it's delicious. I'm going to add some pumpkin spice to it, and I'm going to dice an apple in there. So that's gonna be a fall version of the waffle, and I can extend the amount that way as well. I'm also putting some gluten-free bagels into the toaster oven, and I'm going to cook some eggs. I find that it's easier to portion and less mess if I use a measuring glass instead of a cup or ladle. Another handy little tool that can speed up the breakfast making is the pastry cutter. It pretty much follows the same shape as the bowl, so it's very convenient to crush the hard-boiled eggs. And all I have to do is just to add some mayo, and I can put on the top of the bagel. Things got busy this week, and I am catching up with whatever left on my list, and one of them is to dehydrate these celery leaves. I'm only going to dehydrate the leaf parts. I think they are beautiful and gorgeous looking in the soup, and they taste delicious. And all the stalk, I'm going to save them, and that's gonna be a snack, or I can put it into a salad. On the summer, I like to use my dehydrator outside so it doesn't warm up the house even further. However, on the fall, it's more rainy and I don't mind the extra heat, but it's kind of noisy. It's not loud, but the constant it's kind of, you know, you can get a headache from that. So I'm going to put this into the laundry room. Quick reset and tidy up here and there. orange peels and the sage is dry. I'm gonna put them in jars.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.
The space freed up in the basket, so I'm going to put all the celery leaf that it's left, and once the dehydrator will be done, I'm going to transfer all of these in there. But while I wait for that, I'm just going to put it into this basket, which I love so much because I can just have this net over it so the bugs don't go on it, and I can put it outside as well.
This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the fall. Excuses were two for a penny.
One of the coziest aspects of the fall is the soup, starting with cooking some onion, adding salt each time something new ingredients goes into the pot. Adding the salt while the vegetables are being cooked is the key so they can absorb the salt. This is one very important element to create a flavorful soup. Also, if you like a more creamier soup, I like to add a good tablespoon of cornstarch, and I'm just adding a little bit of water just at the time, so that way I'm not going to end up with lumps in the soup. Once it's warm and blended well, I'm adding more water to it step by step. I'm going to make some dumplings and meatballs into the soup. I have one package of ground turkey. I'm adding 2 eggs, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. One tablespoon of gluten-free flour. I like to use the Namaste brand. As for the dumplings, I have the recipe up on my website. I will link it down below under the video in the more section or in the pinned comment. And today I want to experiment with that, and I'm going to do half and half. Half is going to be the Namaste flour mix and the other half is going to be cornmeal. First, I'm going to dip the spoon into the hot soup so that way the meat won't stuck to it and I will have an easier way to portion them out. As for the dumplings, I'm gonna do the same, but I'm going to cook them in a separate pot in a hot water, so it will be absorbing a lot of water. That's why I didn't put it into the soup, but later I will transfer it into the soup. I also got a special delivery from Savannah. Thank you so much. She made these and she's 11 years old. Guys, can you believe that? She's incredible and I so appreciate all the amount of work and love that went in there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much guys for watching. I so appreciate you for being here and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!